and welcome to another Easy as Accounting Software video presentation. I want to discuss logos for your invoices. When you set up the system by default, there are no logos included. The logos haven't been set up, okay? So if you create an invoice, which I have here, just create this test invoice, you will see that if I click print preview, there's no logo up the top here. It just gives you your basic invoice. This particular invoice, you'll notice, has two lots of GST or PS or sales tax for the two tax system. I'm going to exit out of that screen. I'm going to come back to here. And what I want to look at is logos. If I want to add a logo, I'm going to go into the setup menu. And we'll see here where it says select a logo. If I click select, I can then turn on the logo. It's going to ask you where is your logo bitmap. Now what that is this. If you go to the directory of Easy As, you will see a logo. Okay, this is like a bit of advanced popping around your computer, so if you can't do this, you'll have to get someone that can. You come over here and in your Easy As subdirectory, you'll see a file called logo BMP. You will have a lot more files here, folks, because when you install, you get a lot more in here. I'm working on a computer here which doesn't have all those files because this is part of our construction computer. If we have a look here, you will have a BMP file. If I double click on that, it will show you that Easy As logo. That's it. That's a template you can use. If you edit that, right click, click edit, you can go up here and you can change that. It's already the size you want. That size, the particular size here, if I click image and go to attributes, that's the size you want, 217 by 91. Write that on a piece of paper in case you muck it up. You need that particular size bitmap. That is exactly the size designed for the invoices and the quotes, etc. So here now, I can change that and I'll show you that I'm going to change it. I'm just going to scribble on that and I'll show you, you can change this any way you want and put your own logo over the top of it. I'm going to save that, and now I'm going to switch the logos on. Because you can have a separate logo per business, you might want to call logo 1, logo 2, logo 3, logo 4, logo 5. You don't have to actually store them here. You can store them in your My Documents folder or wherever you want to put them. As long as you tell here, you type in where to find the logo. And if I had logo 1, logo 2, I'd have to change that logo 1, logo 2 for each individual different business can have a different logo. We supply you with one as a template, up to you to work that out after that. It only allows me to go okay if I change this. I haven't changed it, so I'll click cancel. It is where it is. That's where it is. I'm going to turn the logo on. Logos are on now. Logos are off, logos are on. It's just simple. You tell it where it is, you can switch it on or off. If I was to enter something in here that wasn't there, logo 1, I click OK, it says it's not there. It says, well, I can't find it. Are you sure you're telling us to go to the right place? As you can see, it wasn't there, it wasn't the right format. Because I changed that, it's now looked for. It's gone ahead and searched for it. And see, this is the one it's found. It said, now your logo is ready for use. Click OK. And that's the logo it's going to use now. That's that one I marked up. Now, I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to jump back into the invoice and just let you see that. It's using that logo. So it's very simple. You just go over there, change the logo, put on whatever you want, copy an image there, whatever you use, and switch the logos on the logo screen, switch them on, and you are away. Anything that prints with a logo from our system that's capable of printing with a logo, once you've switched it on, once you've switched the logos on, it switches it on for everything. It says switch invoice logo on, but it's not just for the invoice. It will switch it on for your receipts. It will switch it on for your quotes. Anything where a logo is applicable gets switched on here, okay, across the board. So here you've got invoice default. If we have a look at our invoices, if we jump here and have a look at this invoice and we print it, see down the bottom here? There's nothing here. Look at this, it's blank. What if at the bottom of every single invoice you wanted to say a default comment at the bottom of your invoice? So you might say, please pay within 14 days. Or you might want to put on the end of the invoice, like we've said here, like, example, thank you for your business, we value your support, you've got this here, it tells you this, it's your choice. What will happen now, once you've typed that in there, the system will automatically then, any invoice you print, it will put that on the bottom. See that? Now it's going to put it on the bottom for you. So now you've got that great information sitting on there. I don't know what that is. I must have typed that in there, did I? It will put that on there. I'm curious. What is that? I didn't put that on there. Maybe all these dots are upsetting it. Let's close that screen. Close this. Go back to invoices. That's better. It didn't like all those dots. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so that's the same for your quotes as well. You can have a different comment for your quotes. You can have a different comment for your invoices. You jump back in here, the setup menu, so you can put a different comment for your quotes. You can put a different comment for your purchase orders. Change invoice title. The system comes out with what's called the tax invoice. The sales tax invoice prints with the words tax invoice on top of it. If your particular country doesn't use that as your system, you might say, well, I don't want it to. Invoices, let me give you an example. Let's come back to here. This is a tax invoice. It prints with the word tax invoice on top. That defines it as a sales tax invoice. That invoice includes sales tax. You might say, well, I'm from a country and I don't want to see that. I just want it to say invoice. In Australia, we use that system. It has to say tax invoice on it if it has sales tax. You might say, oh, I don't want that. And we know a lot of our clients leave it as is. If you need to change it, as I said, where was I? I lost track of my thought. I jump back in here and I might just say, no, I want to call it just invoice. Click close. Now, let's have a look. I'll show you that. Now when we go to print this, it prints with the word invoice. It doesn't say tax anymore. So you can change that there and all your invoices will print with the word invoice. Okay, so it doesn't have to say tax invoice if you don't want it to. I don't think there's anything else I need to quickly show you. I think that covers this presentation. Okay, thank you very much.